Oh, we're on?
We're on.
Put it up first, and then... Okay,
Welcome, Legends. Legends assemble. Welcome to NickyBato.
Hey, do I got toothpaste in my beard? Right there, right?
Wait, a little bit.
Is
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
You know the joke that comes with that. Every time.
Oh my gosh. Was that a set? Did you set that up?
No.
No.
Fucked up, man.
Well, doing that doesn't really help your
What?
avoidance of the joke. You know what I mean? You're like,
Oh.
never. It's a nasty joke. Let's say.
Well, once again, going head to head with the NFL. I can't fucking wait till they go under, you know?
It's a matter of time, right?
Yeah.
Are they down? Are they down?
They're down when we're on.
When we're on.
Yeah.
Which is like their biggest night. It used to
Yeah.
be Sunday Night Football. Now it's like...
I haven't watched Sunday Night Football all year.
It's just Sunday Night NickyBato.
Yeah. And you know what I missed?
What?
Not a damn thing.
Yeah, not a damn thing.
You know how... Hey, Naomi.
Naomi says, "Go
Naomi,
Bills."
What's the okay, here's what's the soft spot people have for Western New York? That like they're like a three-legged dog that we all have to rally around.
Yeah, the soft spot meaning like the part of the infant's brain that hasn't developed.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
I feel like we all talk about, I mean, okay, they've been through a lot. I guess Buffalo's
Western
been
New
through a
York or
lot.
the Buffalo Bills?
There's a snowstorm every year that kills like 50 people in Buffalo. So yeah. Okay, we'll give them
all right. Yeah,
they can have some football success.
Bato, do you watch sports? Not when NickyBato's on, but other than that, I'm glued. Wahoo! Lee, thank you so much for the sub. Legend, a 2-month streak. They subscribed for 3 months. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Oh, shit.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Lee.
Well, this is interesting because Naomi said, I'm being classically conditioned to hate Taylor Swift even more. And I almost feel like we need more women who hate Taylor Swift, you know?
Yeah.
Because now there's this weird binary now that there's no justified reason to hate her. Like, if you hate her, you must hate women. And that's, like, the narrative
That's
now.
becoming the narrative?
And we need more, like, haters in general.
We need Naomi to stand tall.
Yeah.
Yes, Naomi, thank you.
Because who's going to tell Naomi she's not a feminist?
Boom, yeah, exactly. Hell yeah. Thank you, Naomi, for your service. Now, that brings something up. Before that, Saber Kid says, "Let's go Chiefs!" I know nothing about football. Legend, welcome to the chat. Thanks for coming through.
But then we're kind of Trojan horsing with Naomi.
That's true.
I don't hate Taylor Swift at all. I'm just going for
that's what I wanted to ask you. Do you genuinely like Taylor Swift?
I like her.
Or do you like women and not want women to not like you?
It's more the latter. I'm just kidding. I really like Taylor Swift. Well, see, yeah, Lee said I was a hater, but then men started hating her, so I have to defend her.
But here's
then
the
you're
thing:
giving
is
up part of your. Then men still win because you're just giving up.
She, in particular, did stand up for other women when other women, needed her help or support.
Yeah, she did Bad Blood. That's what she was doing.
Yeah, it was like, what the heck?
I don't hate Taylor for any reason other than she opposes the Bills.
Oh, I see. That was the classical conditioning.
No, that's a lie, because you said hate Taylor even more.
Even more, that's true.
You're backpedaling.
That's true. There wasn't even more in the equation.
I like Taylor Swift. I went to the movie. I couldn't get tickets to the concert, but I went to the movie.
You went to the movie of the concert?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Taylor Swift, the concert, the movie is what I went to. I gotta. Okay, Lee, we'll get to that.
Well, okay, we have an argument that you lost lately. Okay, we're gonna get there.
I did lose. Okay. I got a new door for my car.
You
But here's the
did.
thing. I don't think it's too much to ask To just have a working fucking door. Now the door works, but the goddamn window doesn't work. I was at Dunkin' just now with my door open, waiting for the guy to hand me my shit. And
Wait, they gave you, did they tell, they were like, oh, we have a door, but
they gave me the door and the window was down. And then when my guy put the door in, and connected it to the electric, it didn't go up. But the other windows still work with the new door. So it's just the window that's the issue. So he pulled the door up. So the window's permanently shut, which isn't a big deal, except for I go to Dunkin' Donuts every single day. And yesterday, I felt the Republican in me jump out because it's like 13 fucking degrees yesterday, and I'm sitting there with my door open, and she says it'll be just a second, and then like 6 minutes pass, and I'm like shivering. I'm like, I felt like the spirit of my grandpa, like, what the fuck is taking so long? And which I would never do before, because usually I'm sitting in a toasty car listening to music, you know?
Yeah. Dude, well, that's funny because a similar thing happened to me, because remember when I used to drive that the Galant, the Mitsubishi back in the day, and I had like the garbage bag over my window in the back for a while?
Yes.
Because the window was just fell off the rail. Yeah. It always fell off the rail and would just slide down. And then this girl I was dating, her dad was like, oh, I'll fix it for you. And he fixed it, and I came back, and the window looked perfect. It was back up. It wasn't like falling off, and I was like, oh my God. Then I go to hit the button, and I just hear nasty grinding. And I'm like, what the hell is that? The window's not moving. And then I like asked him, and he said, no, I fixed it. And he's like, he fixed it in place. He didn't fix the window. He fixed the window in place so it wouldn't go up or down. It wasn't falling down or nothing.
Is this was English their first language?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it wasn't like a
it was like a dad joke taken like to a nuts level. It was like a dad joke with real life implications. I don't.
He took it way too
It was
far.
way too far. That's all it was. Oh my God. And shout out to Mark Wynn, Demon of Song, and Truth. The Truth is in the house. What is up, legends? Thank you so much for coming through.
Dude, I love getting the non-jock crowd. This is everyone. All of America's watching football right now, except the intellectuals.
The intellectuals, the legends.
Yeah. But isn't it crazy what other people take for granted? Like, I just want a fucking door.
Yeah.
Why isn't your car inspected? The door. What do you mean?
Yeah, what the hell? What a mean question in that moment. Why isn't your car inspected? Oh, I need you to help me.
You know what's funny about mechanics? I went to the mechanic the other day to try to get it inspected because I was like, hey guys, look, I got a door now. And then there's like 3 more things I had to do.
Really?
But the thing about it's such a coincidence with the mechanic is they always find a problem that's about 10 minutes away from being catastrophic, right?
Right.
They're like, if you drive this for even 3 more miles,
Nothing.
the whole thing can blow up.
Yeah.
They're like, that's weird because it hasn't been an issue until this very moment.
Dude, they're also like, I mean, and the roads around here. It's like, what do you mean the roads around here? Huh? Like, you know what I mean? Like the roads everywhere have a pothole.
They are dramatic.
You have to avoid. You have to.
For men, they're very dramatic. It's
crazy.
like, no, really, like, come on, you gotta have some pride. You can't be that dramatic.
for such a toxically machismo masculine profession,
right?
As mechanic,
yeah,
they're being a little too dramatic.
Yeah,
they're being a little bit of a prima donna. For people that take advantage, they like try to macho muscle you into taking advantage of. Like,
I know,
squeezing you for your car.
You have to do
repairs.
this right now, and it's like, okay, what? How much? Like $900, and it's like, well, did you think I came here with $900?
Yeah,
like spare. I just came to show you my door because I was proud of it.
Yeah, dude. Well, you know what's crazy is I went and I got my car inspected at one place, and it was for the inspection. They're like, listen, while you're here, the tires are about to go. You got to take care of them. We got the tires here, blah, blah, blah. I was like, listen, man, I don't want to make a science project. I'm not going to do that. You know, I need if it's good enough for the inspection, it's good enough for me for that. Yeah. Like, you know, whatever. Then I just took my car for like an oil change, whatever. And they were like, they like gave me like the measurement on the tire. And they're like, yeah, this is like, it's close to needing repair. Maybe the next time you come in, we'll fix it. I'm like, yeah, like, there's no code, you know. There's no code for any of these mechanics. What do they do? Like,
That's why there's that mechanic centric phrase or mechanic exclusive phrase that's go to a mechanic you can trust. Well, what the fuck does that mean?
Right.
No one says go to a barber you can trust because you just generally believe they're good people who are going to do the job.
Yeah. And even they have certificates hanging above their mirror. The mechanics are just like, you know what I mean? Maybe they have one framed photo in the garage of a certificate or something. I don't know what their certification
you don't. I don't think you need one.
You don't even need one. It's just guys that are with dirty fingernails that work on your car. That's it. That's
you
it.
can just kind of hang around a shop and then eventually wiggle your way into a job.
Yeah. This guy, he's proactive. He's picking up rags and he's like, the wrenching lug nuts. I don't even know. Oh my God. Hello, Kiwi. Welcome, legend. The car salesmen are the worst. Do you think the car salesmen are worse than mechanics, Lee? How do you feel about the salesmen?
I think salesmen are worse because what is the value of what you're doing? I'm already here for a car.
Right.
Like, well, first of all, I've never bought from a dealership. I never really had to deal with one. But it's such a weird like, imagine you walk into a grocery store for groceries and someone's selling you on the stuff.
Yeah, there's
like, bro, I'm here. Can I just pick it out?
Yeah, there's like floor guys in the produce section in suits. They're like, well, look, we're gonna do the paperwork real quick. Leave the bananas on the
everything's
scale.
Upcharged because a ton of money has to go to them for some fucking reason.
Yeah.
Like,
what is that?
You do have to be certified as a mechanic. Okay, that's fair.
Thank you, Truth. That's
I
fair.
think you have to be certified, but I'm not sure there's no government agency that's really checking.
Oh my gosh. Dude,
I almost told one off because they were rude to my dad. How are you going to be rude when I'm literally buying an expensive ass car? Yeah, exactly. Like, I'll go, you know where I'll go? I'll go to one of the other 90 car dealerships on this same road.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all in clusters.
Yeah.
There has never been one that just carved out a spot.
I love the commitment to the car bit in our country is insane because one of the what happens if should have stopped all of this. Like, someone could have said, what happens if your car breaks down and can't go anywhere? Then someone came along and said, we'll just have bigger cars that pick up your car. Like, when that should have been like, yeah, I guess that doesn't really work. And then when they came with car dealerships, they're like, how do we get the cars to the dealership?
Yeah.
And they're like, we just build these massive trucks that load cars onto it. And they're really weird looking and dangerous, and they move around when you drive them, but it's fine. Like, it should have been some point, be like, yeah, guys, this doesn't really make sense as a plan.
Dude, for real. You'd think that, like, you wouldn't be surprised, like, if at some point, like, if the engine stopped working, people were like, oh, we'll just Flintstone it, you know?
You know what's a dumb guy trait? You know how we always talk about dumb guy traits?
Yeah.
Snow tires. That's a
Snow
dumb
tires.
guy
That's
trait.
the stupidest guy trait.
Why the hell do
That's
you need to
stupid.
drive in the snow? Just wait, bro.
Oh.
Dude, it's like
tires.
$800 extra, and then you have to put them on, which is also annoying. And also, like, why would you take them off? Do they not work? Do they exclusively work in snow?
Yeah.
When it's nice weather, they don't work?
Well, that's
why
the
do you have
thing
to
is
go
that-
back and forth?
Well, that was always my thing, too, was it's like, shouldn't every tire just be a snow tire? Like, is that where the buck stops? I feel like Big Tire is lobbying to have two separate tires. They're like, oh, you can use the less safe tires in the summer months.
I
you
feel
know?
that way about four-wheel drive too. When you got four-wheel drive's just safer and better, and then some cars are like, no, you can only control half of the wheels. This car that runs on four wheels, you control two of them. The other two, we don't know what the fuck, man.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. The dealerships are always in clusters. Truth. Yes, yes, yes. Oh man. Cars, man.
You got any red flags that aren't your fault?
Mine.
Well, I don't think any of them are my fault. I think every flaw I have is not my fault.
Yeah, I would.
Even the character ones.
Even the character ones. Well, it is. I feel like you can sort of like extend that to any flaw. Yeah. You just say, "Oh, it's not my fault."
No, the one that's actually not my fault is I have a hereditary thing where my eye twitches a lot. And think of
I wouldn't call that a flaw.
No,
It's just a thing that happens.
but it's a red flag.
What do you
Because
mean red flag?
Think of any media where there's a character with an eye twitch. They're generally not a good guy, right?
I see, maybe. Yeah. Yeah, they're a little, it's a little ambiguous. Yeah.
Like, you shake a guy's hand and his fucking eyes twitching. What are you thinking?
Sketchball.
You didn't even hesitate. And I don't think it used to be this bad. I feel like it's getting worse.
I haven't
with
noticed
age.
it at all.
Oh, because I know someone who noticed it the very first time they watched the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They texted me, "Hey, Twitchy," and I thought they meant because we broadcast on Twitch, but they meant
That was Lee.
meant
I
on Twitch,
see.
yeah.
Wow. Dang.
What's yours?
Mine. I'm pretty perfect. I'm trying to think of like a good not my fault thing.
Well, you could spin anything into not
you
being
spin
your fault.
anything into not being your fault. I don't know the direction to go with this. I guess like I don't know. I'm usually like averse or standoffish when I meet like dudes that are older than me, especially like people's dads.
You only are eager to meet women.
I'm pretty only eager to meet women, yeah. And that's because my yeah, that's pretty much it. Eyesight, not my fault. True. Thank you. Yeah.
A woman walks in, you stand up and like greet her. With
Yeah. Dad, I'm just like, hey, sir. No, well, it's not a thing where I'm like rude or like sort of like, you know, shutting them off or whatever. I just have like a nervousness about me, you know, because I just always felt nervous around my dad.
Well,
but that's it.
That's kind of a cheat code, don't you think?
Maybe
Having a shitty dad.
having a shitty dad is
You're
awesome.
so far ahead feminist discourse,
Yeah,
like early in life.
That's
Because
true.
your experience with men is so bad.
Yeah.
You know these dudes who grow up loving their dads? What the fuck is that about?
I don't know how it happens. I almost don't believe it when I hear it. You can go down two paths. I feel.
Think about someone who's really close with their dad. Is he a good guy?
The dad or the guy?
The guy.
No,
Never, right?
Never.
Never.
Yeah. Wow. I have one
Yeah.
person in my head.
It's like it goes. It's like every other generation is good because then you have a good dad, then you have a shitty guy,
Yeah.
but then he has
Yeah.
a good kid who turns into a good dad, but then his kid's shitty because he loves him.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's honestly the shitty dads are almost necessary to make good.
I've been saying the shitty
People.
dads serve a purpose.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as 3 straight generations of good men. It's
No.
never happened ever once in the world.
Never. You're so right. Yeah. I've had that thought. It's like
So if you ever have kids,
gotta be a jerk. I gotta.
hate to say
I
it, but unless you want your kids to be jerks.
Yeah,
Are you gonna step up and take one for the team?
And that's the thing is, do you wear that mask for your whole life, or when they grow up into a good man?
But then
do you pull the curtain?
No, because you can't set them back.
You can't set them back. That's happened. Yeah.
But then are you actually a shitty guy if it's strategic shittiness?
No.
So
you're
your
one of the
soul is
best
still
guys
good.
ever. Your soul
Okay,
is so
you're still going
you
to
got
heaven.
to go to heaven.
Yeah.
You go to heaven for sure. Also, Ollie, welcome,
What up,
Ollie.
Ollie?
Ollie does mention Ethan Klein has the same thing. He has like a little bit of a tick, and he said that's how they know. Sean Strickland wouldn't be a UFC champ now, former UFC champ without a shitty dad. I don't know the narrative there, but we're all if the NFL is behind NickyBato, the UFC
Athletes always have shitty dads.
have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then they get good, and the dads get really involved.
Yeah.
Back in the life. So, you guys didn't wear the merch, and Nick isn't wearing the headphones. They match the hoodie.
I know. I'm sorry. I rushed out today. I didn't think
Very
about
sorry.
anything.
We're very sorry. We're gonna bring it back. Maybe we're gonna just save it all for the 50th episode special.
That's
which is
got to
in
be
a few weeks.
one of the best feelings ever. is re-entering your son's life. You
Yeah.
take a couple decades off.
Dude. It must. It must.
And then you reap the benefits.
Yeah.
What a hack. Infinite money glitch.
What a blessed life you like a shitty dad
You
has.
took off the hard years of parenthood.
Yeah. I feel almost as if like this is like feminist discourse is just enabled. It's just it started all from shitty dads, like criticizing the shitty dads. Like the real male privilege is getting to be a shitty dad.
Yeah.
Because it serves a good purpose and
Yeah.
you still get to be shitty.
I didn't know where you're going when you started with feminist discourse.
That was the catalyst.
Oh,
Because
okay.
maybe because feminism is where it is now, and that's good feminism, but maybe in its origins, feminism started out as why can't we be shitty moms? Maybe
That's
that was the
true.
first footnote of
That's
feminism. You know what I
true.
mean? The first tenet.
I think we're losing the plot because this person said, "The fuck is this conversation?" I'm so.
I'm sorry, Demon. we'll shift. We're losing the room.
Okay.
Okay. The Oscars.
No, well, I want to circle to that.
Okay.
Wait, all right. If you forget someone's birthday, let's say it's the next day.
Uh-huh.
Do you start off with "I'm so sorry," or do you just say "happy belated"? Because if you start off with "I'm so sorry," it seems a little manipulative, right? Because then the other person would be like, no, it's so not a big deal.
Yeah.
You just own that you missed it and say "happy belated."
You got to just say happy belated.
Okay.
You can't put the "so sorry" because then you're steering the conversation. It doesn't become a moment of like where the
Right.
person you're wishing can feel like, oh, they wish me a happy birthday and express like a gratitude. That it feels like they have to go like, oh, well, don't worry about you're giving them like an emotional chore.
I always start with an apology, though. Now, here's another
Ollie
question.
says, don't say anything.
What if it's like 4 days after and you realize?
4 days after,
Then you got to get them next year, right?
you might have to get them next year. There's no like, unless you can definitely spin it to say, I mean, at that point it's like 4 days. Then the person like they're not important enough to you. Obviously,
Yeah.
might have to run it back next year.
Tell
I
them
don't
you're in the
know.
hospital. No, because if I was in the hospital, believe me, everyone would know. I'd be shouting it from the rooftops.
You can't go to the hospital without posting a selfie.
I know.
Every
I
time.
have like 4 hospital selfies in 2 years.
One of them is a thumbnail for a NickyBato episode.
Yeah. Dramatic as hell.
Yeah. It's Brandon's birthday? It was.
No, it's Travis's birthday.
Oh, I see.
No, I got Travis.
You said happy birthday on the birthday?
Come on, yeah.
Of course.
Um,
I guess we'll never know for sure. That's like, I mean, it's like you'd have to be one honest guy to tell us that you missed it. There's no way we would find out, Like,
yeah, wow. I am very. You know what? My hospital things haven't even been that serious. And I still be
they're all dehydration.
Yeah, it's always Nick forgot to drink water for 3 days. And then he was shocked that his chest hurt.
Yeah, like, here you go. Nick told me earlier he had to drink water all day.
Well, that's not. I had iced tea.
You had iced tea. There you go. The melted ice. That's the water. Hydration.
I used to say
moment.
complete lies. Like, no, just listen.
I used to say complete lies. Was the drinking water thing one of them?
No. Because people used to say to me, "You can't just drink soda and iced tea," and I'd be like, "But they have water in them." And then I would say, "Every liquid has water in it because water is the only natural liquid." That's not true at all. There's magma, there's lava, there's a bunch of liquids that don't have water in them. But I would just say, people would be like, "Really?" And
Are those the... Well, I don't want to get crazy down this. What did people say to that?
I would say they would just agree, but I didn't know that. I think they just thought I was like an idiot. Oil might have water.
It's funny who's checking the water content of like this molten magma. And isn't that more? I don't know. I really don't know the consistency of it or what you call a plasma or whatever, or a solid. Who knows? But
If you melted this microphone,
if you melt anything,
it's
it would be
liquid
we
with
say
no
liquid,
water.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, this microphone, but maybe the microphone has water in it.
Well, does it?
Well, like if you're saying every single liquid has the natural liquid,
You're making the argument for me.
there must be some sort of oils in these plastics.
Oil ain't got water. It's hydrophobic.
Oh no, that's a young Sheldon bit? Let's so can we get the mods in here? Let's get a couple times.
Dude, there was this semi-viral video going around. You know this content now where they just ask random couples how they met and they try to get like cute stories.
Yeah.
Like it sucks, first of all. It's the worst fucking content ever. Because no one's story is for everyone. Can't you just have these and no one's story is interesting, you know? Like who cares? Who cares? Movies are interesting because it's you see the story happen.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care. You could fall in love. You could be getting married, Bato. I would not give a shit how you met this woman. If you came, don't care at all. So this is the new content now, and there was one that went viral because like the way he talked about her, you could see it in his face. He was really elated and like really loved her in a very precious way, and it was kind of sweet.
Okay.
But then they said, "What do you love about her so much?" And this is what he said. Do you want to know what he said? He said, "She just gets me." What the
She
fuck
just
is
gets
that?
me?
What a disgusting narcissistic answer. That the only quality you could find in the love of your life is that she gets you. You uninteresting fuck. He was like a tech geek in New York. Like there's nothing to unlock. Like you're not like a mystery.
Yeah.
She just gets me. Kill yourself.
Okay, well I get you too, pal. When are you gonna get on one knee? Like that's insanity.
You know,
She just gets
wouldn't
me.
you be
What a
disgusted if
pathetic
you were that
answer.
woman?
Yeah.
Like,
I'd be like, you had nothing to say.
you're your whole complete person with interests and aspirations and stories and personality quirks, and the only thing your lover can say about you is that you understand them. This is what Justin Timberlake did to everyone.
Yeah.
Remember Justin Timberlake had a song called Mirrors?
Yeah.
And he said, "You said it's like you're my mirror." Like what? What a jerk off line that is. When I look at you, I see me. What?
Oh my god, dude. That's so pathetic. That's the thing, and then also, we wouldn't be asking people those questions. That's content now. Content is just getting more and more disgusting. One content that I'm like disappointed in now is like I feel like I've always hated the stuff where people record videos of people without them knowing to make fun of them. I think that's always been the worst content ever.
You should kill yourself if you've ever done that.
You should be you should be ashamed. You really should. And the new form of that content is now, instead of people finding people in public to record, they find someone they can make fun of who's recorded themselves, and then they show the first few seconds of that video, and then they screen record the comments just making fun of them. And I'm like, how low can we get, dude? Doesn't it just make you... Every time I see it, it's like, dude, this is so foul, man. Like,
I don't believe in any form of mean-spirited content. Like, we say mean stuff on the show, but it's almost always about powerful people.
Right.
It's never about like awkward, like outcasts or underdogs. It's like Ollie's saying, The one suit. Did you see the one where the guy dresses in a suit and he goes to like Walmarts and stuff and pretends he's the CEO and
Yeah.
he fires
Yeah.
fires the employees?
Yeah, and then he's like, "Stop crying. Here's 20
Yeah,
bucks."
they're like
or whatever.
devastated because
like,
it's their
yeah.
livelihood that they barely get paid for
Yeah.
anyway. And then they have a breakdown and he says, "I'm just kidding," and then gives them like a $60 gift card.
Yeah.
And it's like that was not worth what you put them through.
No.
And you know what that guy should do? He should be hung.
He
right?
should be hung.
Right?
He should be hanged from the rafters in the Walmart
Is it
or wherever the
hanged or
hell.
is it hung?
It's both, I think.
Okay.
I just wanted to mix it up.
They've been very unclear about that.
They have been unclear.
Yeah.
I think you know
It's
what
like
it
when,
is.
You know when
when people say you're
snowed?
yeah, snoo and
Is it
snowed.
snoo or snowed?
It's snoo.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, Ollie, you're getting it wrong too. The thing is that hung is something else. That's where I'm going. Yes, Lee gets it. Hung, it's taken on a new connotation. So they're like, okay, hanged is for the suicides only.
Okay.
Or not suicides only. It's for the deaths only. Suicides only. It's for the all deaths by hanging. And hung is when you're hung. You have
No, I think it should
big,
be hung.
Big Johnson. Hunged? When you have a Big Johnson?
No, when you die by rope.
When you die by rope, hunged. Oh my gosh. Yeah, well, that's where we are.
Man, she just gets me.
She just gets me. Ollie said she's the female version of me. Drake voice.
She just gets me. You say that when you should say that if she gets you like a really nice gift. You should say, she just gets me, man, because she's doing something for
When
you.
someone says, "How did they pick out a great gift for you?"
Yeah, he just gets me.
She
That's
understands
kind of
me.
cute. It can't be
Yeah.
their defining trait though.
The defining
Their
trait is
defining
nuts.
trait can't be that they solved your puzzle.
Yeah.
My ex stayed with me because he liked my music taste. I think that's valid. That's valid.
That's in the playbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got really good playlists.
Yeah. What the heck? The Spotify Wrapped. What the heck?
First time chatter.
Magic Slippers, thank you for the first time chat. They say gifts, Naruto versus Pokemon versus Tekken Fixer, youngster Joseph's fault. Did youngster Joseph send you over here? Shout out to the legend youngster Joseph. Thank you so much, Magic Slippers, for coming through. You absolute legend. We really appreciate you.
Oh, wait, we actually wanted to talk about this. Golly said, if I ever find someone who loves Kanye as much.
Yes.
I, at this point, would probably not be saying that out loud, but you know,
Yeah.
he's always true to himself.
Oh my gosh. Yes, we know. I know you've been following here. We're mutuals on here, being Magic Slippers, but that was the first time chat we see. So thank you very much. We were talking about Kanye. We're getting into how people say like they post a video of Kanye and is it his wife? Are they
It's his
married?
wife. They're married, yeah.
Kanye and his new wife, and they, she's wearing like a revealing top,
Mm-hmm.
and people are like, does Kanye have this humiliation kink or does she, or like him? And he basically they're saying that Kanye is making her dress the way she dresses because she parades her around because she looks like Kim Kardashian, and he wants to humiliate like a voodoo doll almost, or like a stand-in. It's like, what the?
This is just.
What are you talking about?
Totally unhinged, insane. Like you sound like a lunatic saying that.
Right.
If you said that to anyone in real life and not on Twitter.com, you sound absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, she always dressed like that because she's a fucking model. Like
she's a person. She's like a person that has agency, that has been dressing the way she dresses for, however long she has. It doesn't matter. And even if she just did it today, it wouldn't matter either. That's the way
hot.
she
She's
dressed.
not humiliated.
She's hot. Oh my god, she must be embarrassed. She has the juiciest rack I've ever seen. Oh my god. What the heck? Like
if you look at Kanye's resume, you don't have to make stuff up to get mad at.
There's no shortage of material.
There's so much right here, and you're writing fantasies.
There's no shortage of material. Not at all.
And I feel like, okay, Kanye's a lot of things, I don't think he's forcing women to do things they don't want to do. You know?
Right.
I feel like
I don't
that
think
would have
that-
come out
Yeah.
at this point.
I feel like, yeah, there's been way too many experiences with too many individuals for it
Yeah.
to not have been a yeah.
This is a guy who can't help himself from tweeting about how much he hates Jewish people.
Yeah.
I don't think he has any skeletons in the closet.
Right.
You know what I mean? I feel like all the horrible stuff we know about.
He cannot keep a secret.
Yeah.
He cannot keep a secret.
Okay, did you hear about Kanye West's misinformation on Twitter? People say they removed his teeth and he put his jaw dentures. When he didn't, he just bought grills. I applaud Elon Musk for community notes because there's so many lies on the internet. Yeah, but also the community notes also just make shit up too.
Yeah, the community they flagged
Just the
this
guy.
week. They flagged this week's NickyBato. It's like, what the frick?
I had a bunch of pics from a wedding where I was wearing these cool sunglasses, and every single one got flagged, and I think it's because the algorithm thought the sunglasses were boobs.
Really?
Yeah,
Really?
yeah. It was like 9 straight pics got flagged.
Wow.
Yeah,
I just couldn't believe it. It's like when it says like a post has sensitive content
know.
on that. It's like, what? Dude, I mean, they
no
don't want-
magic slippers. I agree. I don't think he removed his teeth, but I don't
Yeah.
think community notes is like a
we don't think it's
is a good checks and balance.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah. The boob glasses is crazy, Ollie says.
She just gets me.
She just gets me. She just gets me. Is that like you and Lee?
No.
Mokuba is in here. Thank you, Mokuba, for coming through. Total legend. Total legend. Well, I'm in a group chat with you and Lee.
Okay.
And I mean, you know, you guys are what you are. The whole thing is that the group chat Lee called my two boyfriends, right?
Yeah.
And so if I'm part of this relationship,
Didn't really ask what I felt about it.
just sprung the polyamory out on everyone, you know. But I mean, like, it sounds really cool sharing a girlfriend.
It
Like
sounds
sexually.
great.
Sexually, it sounds really interesting. I didn't think it would just be being a bystander to the other two people fighting, because that's all it's been.
Oh, also, if you would see the fights, it's not really. It's pretty. At least the ones you see are not really initiated by me, right? It seems like I'm catching a lot of left hooks.
I don't know if I can take a stand between my two lovers. So, I don't know.
No, that's the thing about polyamory is it doesn't have to be a circle of love.
Yeah.
It can be.
It could be a polygon.
You don't love me. Like, we don't love each other in that way.
True. That's true.
So I did lose a fight recently.
Okay, let's hear about the fight you lost.
A fight that I started at 1:30 in the morning, which that was my first mistake.
You started a fight?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's hear
But
what
this is
happened.
the thing, I lost immediately. Like, within the first 2 sentences, I was like, yeah, fuck, I can't get out of this one. Yeah, I was
So
wrong.
what was your play? Did you immediately concede?
I immediately conceded, but it's one of those things, because I would do this too. If someone else immediately conceded to me, I would still keep punching down and be like, you're damn right you lost.
Well-
So I took my whipping for like an hour.
Here's the thing is that if you concede too quickly, it comes off as an insincere apology, because there's always, I feel like there is this creeping thought in the back of an argument winner's head. Are they just losing so that they don't have to talk
So they could just get over it.
so they can just get over it? And it's
move
like,
on.
no, we need to, let's get this. Let's get
Right.
this.
So this is all right. We're getting there, Cece. So I lost immediately. And then
Immediately.
It was just 90 minutes of me losing more, and I wasn't even fighting back. It was like both my legs were broken, and I was getting kicked in the face.
You were getting lambasted, dude. Oh my goodness.
And so there's this thing now there's like these healthy ways to argue. It's fucking bullshit, man.
What do you mean? Where is
No,
this?
they call them. Lee was telling me it's called a non-violent non-violent speech. Maybe non-violent argument.
It sounds like
It's
the
something-
person who wins the argument gaslighting you into losing more arguments.
Non-violent communication. Okay, I agree with the sentiment, but also I just don't know that it was ever violent to begin with. Like, so the argument was, we don't have to know what it was, but I said, I feel like you're doing this,
Yeah.
and that's where I lost.
Yeah.
Because I projected onto them what I was feeling. When I should have said, I feel like because, and not I feel like you're. It was the projection that I lost immediately. It was over. It was like you know when you're having a philosophical
Yeah.
debate and you catch a contradiction and
Yeah.
it's over.
Yeah.
But I think this healthy way of communicating, it sucks, man. Don't you think? We need to get back to real fights, you know?
We do. No
That's
one
what
wants
I'm
to have
saying.
a real fight anymore, and that's why you can't believe apologies. Because people don't want to just really scrap. It's like, that's the thing, is that like people don't want a real fight, and they also take the real fight way too serious.
Yeah.
Because they feel like that every argument, if you are like really convicted and believe something and you stand up for it, and maybe you yell about it for a little bit, they think that means like, oh, they're like really angry at me or hate me or like whatever, like, but like it's just about the idea we're talking about.
Dude.
It's like people don't want to fight at all anymore. That it's like it makes me upset when you're like talking to someone, they immediately are just like, yeah, whatever, it's not that important to me, I don't want to like argue about it. And it's like, well, what the fuck, do you stand for anything? Why do you even start talking to me about it for?
I support, you know what I support? Ad hominems. You know what those are?
The attack on the person.
You know, sometimes you need your friends will write about you, and then they say, well, your mom's a bitch, and you need some of that.
You need a little bit of it.
You need a little zest on the argument. It can't just be a debate. It's not debate club,
Right, dude. Let's spice it up a little, because that's the thing, is that it also is like it levels the playing field for arguers. It lets you get, it creates arguments. We're talking about like creating jobs. It enables people
At least
with
personal attack.
personal attacks only. Okay, well, you can argue that, but
Okay, so how come the good part
yeah,
of relationships can be aspirational? Like when you say till death do us part, that's totally illogical and irrational. And if you want it to be if you want it to be consistent about what we call toxic, that's kind of toxic, because it's like, but that's an aspiration out of love. So how come negativity can't be aspirational? And irrational?
wow, I feel like that's a fantastic argument. That's a fantastic argument.
I don't think we had to. I wasn't you, Mom. It was an. Okay, she said, I fought. It wasn't a fight for Nick. It was a massacre.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, which I conceded almost immediately. I was like, you know what? I don't really believe in the stuff I said that much.
But now, Lee, don't you fear that maybe you didn't let Nick save enough face? And now for the next argument, it creates more narratives. You can't pile up on something. No. Okay, never mind. I concede. Immediately, I concede.
Cece said, I hate arguing. I hit him with the craziest whatever, dude. Mr. Racist, sexist, homophobic. Well, that's the thing. I was being very racist.
Yes, Cece. It is very healthy to have the aloofness for the stuff that, like, if you don't have like a personal horse
It wasn't
race,
public.
like dog.
Right.
Like,
it wasn't public, but I love a good domestic fight in public, don't you? Oh my
to
god.
participate or
No, just to watch.
to witness.
To be as a witness, yeah.
Yes, Lisa. Yeah, we need to go back.
Don't you think like therapyizing every part of life, you lose the juice, you know? It can't just be healthy communication.
Yeah.
I actually um I think I'm against healthy communication. I want to go to war over everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like if I had an issue with this show, do you think I would present it to you with I feel? No.
No.
I'd blame it all on you.
Boom. Yeah, it would be the bottom fault. You would be like, let's get Nicky going. Just Nicky the show. Nicky the show is not bad. That's almost like Nicky the show, Bato the show. There you go. You got it.
Heard this lady call a guy she was with good for nothing. That's a crazy. That's something you can't take back. You're good
Yeah,
for nothing.
good for nothing.
You don't have one good trait. You're good for nothing.
Oh my god. I saw these people arguing on the street when I was like after work. I was just like I was walking somewhere, I forget where I had to go, but these two people, a couple in front of me, were arguing. Clearly the dude was like cheating on her or like I don't know. That's what she was accusing him of. But
See, that's projection.
the argument was not that she wanted him to stop cheating. She just wanted to be treated as nicely as the side girl, because now she felt like she was the side girl now, and she was like, no, I'm not the side girl, she's the side girl.
No.
She's like, why'd you spend all that money on her and then like do this and this with her? And she had all this list of things that he did with the other girl and not her, and she said, and that was like, I gave you some money and you used it on that too, like you never spend money on me. And then all he said was just shut up. He just kept going shut up, but like not in like a just shut up, he just kept going, oh, shut up, like that's what he was saying.
That might be an ace in the hole.
It might be the ace in the hole.
That's
Is that
a
like
great argument.
Is that the trump card?
Yeah, you shut. That is such a good.
That's all
That's
he
in the
said.
playbook now.
That's in the playbook. It was just crazy.
That poor
dude.
girl though, like get up,
I was like,
get out of
dang,
there.
man.
Yeah.
I felt really I was like, damn.
I heard one argument where this guy ripped her birth certificate and said, "Now you don't exist."
No, you didn't.
I swear to God.
No, you didn't.
Because no one asks for a birth certificate. It doesn't fucking matter at all.
No, you don't exist. I feel like that's the most elevated I got your nose. Like, oh my god. We're all too chronically online,
So-
CC says.
A thing about group chats, because Lee does this thing where she fights a lot in group chats. And, well, it was a group chat we were both in, and then I left in a huff, because we don't have to get into that. And she does this thing where she starts, well, she doesn't start, she finishes. Really big fights. And I always say, just mute it and come back to the group chat later when they're on a different topic.
Yeah.
But she never does. She goes down with the ship. I never let a group chat fuck up my day, man. Man, this guy was saying the show The Watchmen. You ever watch The Watchmen?
The show, no, I haven't seen
These guys was talking about how good it was, and I said I don't think it's good. And then he like tried to get everyone in the group chat to dunk on me
What?
for not liking The Watchmen. He was like, "You take things too seriously." And I was like, "What the fuck, man? You want me like? Is the whole point of talking about things to just clap like a seal at
Yeah.
everything HBO tells you to like?"
Right.
So, and then I made it very awkward by saying some mean things.
And then what happened?
And then I just muted it, and everyone moved on. Like the joke where the girl takes her glasses off and says, "I don't even want to see you right now."
That's great, Casey. That's top class. Hell yeah. I don't even want to see you right now.
What's your like what's your ace in the hole?
Ace in the
Like,
hole
what's
for
your most
arguing?
manipulative one? Like, because I can't even talk to you when you're like this. That's a good one.
That's
Because
pretty
then it focuses on
diabolical.
the tone and not the content.
That's diabolical.
Just kidding. I don't do that.
I don't know. I don't toxically manipulate people.
Oh, you were just going to war for it 5 minutes ago.
No, I
said
went to war for standing up for your convictions and also throwing in an insult here and there. But I think that the
But if you're in it to win it and you realize you're wrong, you have to resort to other tactics.
if you are in it to win it, yeah, like where's your guts? I guess that could be an
Yeah.
argument for the argument. Yeah, I'm not gonna reveal my hand.
Nick
I'm not
tried
gonna.
that. He still lost though.
I'm not gonna say mine. I might need them for an argument for Nick later on, so I don't want to.
No, you know. And then I thought we were all good, and then I woke up to a message at 8 a.m. that said "bitch." I didn't think that was very non-violent communication.
That was very violent. She also called you another word in our group chat. Did she call you a pussy in our group
Yeah.
chat after you joined?
Yeah.
Monster. You woke a sleeping Latina gal.
Oh, that's a good move. Casey said you gotta correct grammar and spelling during an argument.
Oh,
That's
shit.
good.
That is
That's real-
diabolical,
that's real
Casey.
sick,
Hell
yeah.
yeah. Nice, nice. Hell yeah. So yours is I can't talk to you right now.
When you're like this. Not just I can't talk to you, it's because then it's their fault when you say
Yeah.
when you're like this.
Mm-hmm.
That's real sick shit.
I like saying you're moving the goalposts.
Oh, that's
I
a
like
good
that.
one. That one's
That
really
is
good.
like- 'cause it's
Even if
like-
they're
it's like
making points.
They're bringing up a point that you didn't think of. It's
Yeah.
moving the goalposts. So that's
They just made a really
mine.
good argument.
Yeah.
You're moving the,
Moving the goalposts.
You're putting the cart before the horse.
Yes. Another one is like you can throw in the preamble of okay, listen, I don't even need to justify this to you right now, but and then you just keep saying the thing that you're saying. That's another one.
Not that I owe you an explanation.
Not that I owe you an explanation,
Yeah,
but
that
you
was
know,
really good.
yeah, there you go. Okay, I did have a couple of my
You're
wheelhouse.
a
It just took me a while.
You know what? You love saying, "Don't make a science project." Out of it."
I do love don't make it a science project. Wow, I can't.
You're the most toxic one here. You started with, "Oh, I don't do any of that stuff because I am just a perfect sweetie," and then you had like 5 trump cards that you had ready to go.
Yeah. Well, they're all on the table now. Bato is a little sassy.
That's good. Moving the goalpost, man. I like
Moving the
that a lot.
goalpost. That's it.
Oh, that's a good one. Okay, are you done?
Ooh,
That one's nasty.
that
that
is
was really nasty.
dude. Nasty. You know what I feel
Are
like
you
was
done? It's so fucking. Because then you make them feel small for even having a voice.
Yeah. Oh my god, that is like really like yeah, you have them like you're pinching them, like not even the palm of your hand between your fingers. That is diabolical, dude. I feel like a huge one on like 90s television was, oh, you're just like you're blank, your character trait just like your father or mother
Ooh,
is
that
like a
was-
huge
yeah.
one. That was like in the 90s, I think that cooked.
Yeah.
I feel like we've moved on.
That one's too far
That
even for me.
Yeah, it's too far.
Even
People
for
people
me, yeah.
eased up on it, and that's why
Yeah.
maybe arguers are saying that like our argument isn't hard enough for arguing. We need to get even
Yeah.
hard. We need to get mean. Like
Just
that was
think we should
real
bring it
mean.
back.
That was real mean.
back
I
to
don't
the
even know.
olden
It's
days.
still too far from. I agree with you. I think that's even too far. But man, there were some real arguers.
Cece, hit us. Tell us the story. Why'd you say that to someone?
He was really acting like his dad. Oh shit!
But was it
Cece.
in a good way or a bad way? Lee, what are yours? You said yours are evil.
Yes. His
His
dad
dad was a serial cheater. And he was serial cheating? Yeah, that's fair then. That's in play.
I feel like that's in play. Yeah, that is definitely in play. It's such a crazy thing. I mean, you said it at the most logical juncture, Cecilia. You know, you had it, and you had a place, and this guy needed to be like, you know, really given his medicine, and bravo.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like when it's used as like a toxic insult, there's so many dimensions to it, because it's one, you're picking on an insecurity that your partner has, and then you're also saying that it's like you're implying that it's part of someone that maybe they love, like their parents, someone that raised them, and also you're implying that it's inescapable, almost like it's a hereditary thing, that there always be like a failure in this trait. It's like it's so crazy.
Now, where does that rank with your friends were right about you? And I think that one, because that makes it a macro issue. Because then it's like, well, what the fuck were my friends saying about me?
Right.
Now it's not even just about this one person.
Yes. It's totally a disruption tactic.
Yeah.
It's a disruption tactic because it sends your mind like doing those things. Like,
and now you're more focused on what your trusted friends were saying about you. Even if it's a lie.
Right. It is. Yeah.
It almost always is.
It almost always is a lie. Yeah. It's like, well, why the hell would they talk to you about that?
He hung up on me on FaceTime when I showed him proof in real time. Okay, I'm against cheating, but I think if I was in that sitch, I'd probably hang up too, because I got to get my ducks in a row. You know what I mean? It's not fair to do that over FaceTime. You got to text me the receipt so I can really think of something, you know?
Yeah, you need a cellular outage to buy yourself at least 20 minutes, dude. The receipts in real time is like, give the guy a chance, man. Man.
I was face to face.
Lee did that face to face. Zam. There we go.
Yeah.
The checkmates are just too strong. These are like incredible checkmates.
We thought we had stuff,
Pins.
and then these women are terrifying.
It's scary.
Yeah. Who was the cake?
Who was the cake? Is this the story?
I don't know if she wants to tell it.
Lee, you have permission to tell the story?
No, she could tell it.
Oh, okay. Well, Casey has a story. My ex had severe OCD, so in the middle of an argument, I just squint my eyes and make a face and say, "Who cut your hair? It looks crooked." Wow, that's
sick.
That is sick.
Disgusting.
Oh my gosh, Casey.
I didn't even like that guy, and now I feel kind of bad for him.
Oh, that really makes you feel bad.
Yeah.
Oh, the girls are all in on it. Oh my god.
No, women are sick people. This is
That is so harsh. Oh, he deserved it. Holy. Oh my god.
Oh, okay. This is another thing Lee did. This is how infantilized I was. Because I already got my ass whooped and said I was wrong. And then at the very end, she said, "What did you learn?" Like it was a substitute teacher, like
Wow.
making sure the lesson came through.
That is.
And what did you learn?
That is a beat down. And speaking of beat downs, we're getting raided and beat down by Blazing Aura. Total legend. Thank you for the raid. Let me shout you out real quick. Like always, Gobi, how you doing? How was your stream going on? Let's hustle. The beat down is loading from Gobi. Thank you so much, Gobi. You absolute legend. There's the shout out. You were playing some Splatoon. Hell yeah. How was the Splatoon? You ever play Splatoon?
No, I don't. It's like the painters, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool because it's like one of those, you know, games where you're like, you know, it's like maybe like a Call of Duty thing, but it's like it's not like you're trying to shoot other people, you're just trying to like paint.
Right. It's
cool.
It's more social.
It's social. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. Hell yeah. And Spoonfin, how you doing? Good to see you, legend. Hell yeah. Oh, you got your butts kicked? Oh no, oh no. That's okay. That it happens. It happens. We get unlucky. We can't control it all. We got games of skill and luck. We need both sometimes. True legends, Gobi. Hell yeah. We're talking about arguments. So Gobi, Spoonfan, if you guys have any arguments that are toxic, any argument go-to one-liner, something that, like, if you're losing an argument, what's a toxic manipulating thing that you say to turn the tables?
Or if you have stories of nasty arguments you've been in.
Yes, either or. If the Spoon Fan, Gobi, if you guys have something, anybody else that came over from the Legend Gobi's chat, please let us know. Lee right now is telling us about the
well, actually, when Lee said, "What did you learn?"
Oh yeah, what
do you
did
know what
learn?
I said?
What?
I said I learned your friends were right about you.
No, you didn't. Oh, dude,
No,
what
I
a
didn't.
clapback!
No, I did not. God damn.
What a clapback! That would be crazy.
No, it would not have.
It would not have. Oh my gosh. Lee says my ex asked me advice about baking a cake. I thought it was for his mom in Mexico. Turns out he was for a while.
Was it for a whole ass other girl?
Whole ass other girl, sorry. Thank you, Nick. And for her birthday, and he was meeting her entire family. I saw him a year later and caught him in the lie.
That's weird, because why would you even ask about had a cake? You couldn't Google that?
Yeah.
You had to ask the only person who would be suspicious about you. It's like he was trying to get ahead of the lie. Where it's like, of course it's not for another girl, or else I wouldn't have brought it up, you know? It's like he wanted a built-in alibi.
What the heck? Yeah, what is... Wait, so what was the timeline? You guys were together when
Also,
he asked that?
Who sends a cake through the mail?
Yeah.
It was for his mom in Mexico. I'm going to send her this cake.
He's saying Lee should have smelled...
Yeah.
Lee, if you see hoof prints, you think
Lee,
horses, not zebras, okay?
It's a skill issue.
If you hear the hoof beats, it's horses, not zebras, okay? That's it. He sent me pics of the cake. Can you imagine? Oh, I get it, Lee. It said happy birthday, mommy, but it was M-A-M-I. I see the disconnect. It said happy birthday, mommy. That was it. Oh my god. I feel like he liked that he had secrets. I don't know. That's such a funny
So basically, I'm saying I'm sick of good points in an argument. You know?
Yeah.
We need more.
I love it.
We need people. We need to shoot to kill. You know?
Yes.
No more good points.
Nothing. No. Nick is so sick.
I gotta go.
I gotta go. Oh man.
Cake ingredients.
It's a piece of cake to bake a pretty cake. If the way is hazy, you gotta do your cooking by the book.
Speaking of bacon.
Bacon.
No, baking.
Baking.
Not bacon.
Baking. Baking. Who's the king of the bay?
I think. Well, if we're gonna talk about bacon, that's another dumb guy trait. Is eating bacon, but we don't have to get into that.
Yeah.
Speaking of baking, I went to the bakery today, as one does, and my friends get on me about going to this bakery because it's very uppity, and it's exclusively run by crackers, but they have like the BLM flags in their window and stuff. It seems antithetical to everything I've said about anything ever. You know?
This bakery?
This uppity bakery near me.
Okay.
That, is probably causing rents to go up because it attracts all these crackers to the area, But you know what they do? You know what they did the first day I went in there? They memorized my name. And now I can't stop going there. Because every time I walk in, they go, Nick. Nick's here. Everyone. They have like 6 employees. They all say, "What up, Nick?"
No way.
I swear to God. I'm the belle of the ball when I go in there.
That's a really good good business.
And I figured out this is how they do it. Probably in every neighborhood. This is how they get you.
That is.
Because now I have no animosity towards them.
Lee is right. The capitalism got you. They did. It's a what do they call the like to unignite, to diffuse, something like that, maybe diffusing
Lower
you.
my walls.
Yeah. They're making you vulnerable, yeah. And
But today, on my way out, but I think I'm over it now. Because on my way out, this woman walked in, and they all said, "Hi, Diane." And I was like, "You do this for everyone?"
Yeah, what the hell? Who's Diane?
I thought you just memorized my name.
What the heck?
So that's over.
Yeah. So after that, the bakery is done. It wasn't any principled stance again.
No,
it was the name
totally
thing came back.
narcissistic. It was the most self-absorbed reason that I stopped buying $17 grilled cheese sandwiches is because
Oh my god.
you know what one of my biggest red flags is? Hit us.
Let's hear it, Demon. What are a demon's red flags? Also, Casey has a crazy comment about the cake. They says it was a backhanded compliment. It says, I'm leaving you, but your cake game is strong. That's so OD. That's nuts. And CC does participate in this tactic. You do. I memorize all my regulars and players' names of the store. Of course, Cecilia cares. But now I feel weird about you knowing my name.
Oh, the holier than thou thing. Because that is almost like, what's worse, being holier than thou or saying, I'm sick of your holier than thou attitude?
Yeah.
Because that is like, that's a draw. That should be a draw every time.
That's the draw. Agreed.
Calling someone pretentious, that's another good one.
That's another good one.
Yeah.
I feel like, dude, if you do the why are you getting so defensive one anymore, I feel like that is just like
You're stuck in the 90s.
you are stuck in like
that's
dude,
such
like
a-
that's like my great grandpa called. They wanted
Yeah, like people are defensive when they're right because
Right.
they know they're right.
exactly.
I'm less defensive when I'm wrong because I'm a horrible liar. So my eyes just start going everywhere. And
Yeah.
like, can we just not talk about this?
Yeah, yeah, seriously. That's like what guys like when they used to have the little knife on muskets. That's when arguers were saying, "Don't be so defensive, okay?"
Yeah.
It's like, all right,
Why are you so defensive?
yeah, it's like, come on,
They used to do that with farts too, remember? Like,
yeah,
whoever smelt it, dealt it. What are
yeah,
you talking about? You're way less likely to smell it if you did it.
right, exactly. Whoever smelt it, dealt it. It's like they're trying.
So to me, saying "Why are you so defensive?" is on par with whoever smelt the delta. That's how stupid you sound. The phrase "I'll pray for you." That's a really belittling one.
That's a little
Like
thing.
you're asking God for help.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, absolutely. Super belittling.
I'll pray for you.
Oh my gosh.
You know what you could
Bless
use,
your heart.
You know what you can use until you're about 21.
What?
The best one is to just not respond for like 2 days and make them think something happened to you. That's a good one. That's like
That's a really good
that's
one.
like taking it to a 10.
That's yeah.
But sometimes you gotta, you know.
Sometimes yeah. That's like yeah, that's the thing, it's like these are crazy plays. But
Yeah.
you gotta make a play if you're down so much.
Right.
Like, you know, like it's the only way you win. So yeah, that's one.
Grown ass man.
I feel like the first experience. What do you say?
grown ass man. Insane heartbeat.
That's
Grown
good.
ass man saying that.
Yeah, that's good. Oh my god. Once people start telling you you're the strongest person I ever met, you know it's bad. I feel like the first time is like kids are supposed to learn it because I feel like kids get away with stuff when they're like little kids and cute.
Mhm.
And then I think there's a moment where the kid becomes not cute anymore. You know what I mean? It's like you can't get away with that shit. So you're not gonna get to do whatever you want just because you were like kind of cute. You know what I mean? Like before you were a little kid. Now it's
Yeah.
like you're like 8 years old. You're kind of ugly, and you're like sort of like you're not even a full person yet. Like shut up. Like you know. And we need to like hammer that home. And that is like the first experience of like that's like the defining moment. Like okay, you need to think of new ways to argue.
You know when people say they don't understand how anyone could hit a kid? I understand. That's
Yeah.
fucking running their mouth. You know what people say? Because I do think kids are really smart.
Yeah.
But I do think they're fucking idiots. Like they're just so. You know when people say kids are the best of us? I completely disagree.
They are so
I think
the worst.
kids are fucking assholes generally. They're like angels up until they're 5. From 5 until about 19, they're assholes. Almost exclusively assholes.
Almost exclusively, dude.
But I also don't like the elderly.
The
So there's
elderly,
only like a 30-year gap in someone's life
where people are
I like
cool.
them. Yeah.
Yeah. We're living it. We got to ride it out.
I generally support elderly abuse.
Elderly
Yeah.
abuse.
I don't think those generations were very good to us.
Yeah.
So this is just a little karma before you
Yeah,
kick
it's
the
like,
bucket,
okay,
you know?
yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to come crawling back when they're in their, at the end of the rope, okay?
Yeah.
Everybody wants a little more rope. I get it. It's not going to happen, all right?
What's up, Ash?
What's up? Thank you. Thank you so much for the shout out, Ash. Let me shout you out right back myself. Thank you so much, Ash. Really appreciate you. How you doing tonight, Ash? What's going on? What are you streaming? They're playing some FNAF. Some Freddy Fazbear. Hell yeah, Ash. Hope it's going well. And Demon says they hate religion, but it really pisses you off that someone using God to be an excuse to be a horrible person. It's like to anything. It's like if someone's so cowardly, they won't just say this is what I stand for.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what? There's times where I wish I was religious, and there's a couple of them. There's
Also, I love you too. Nice catch. Thank you. Even though you love Nick more.
So there's one when something really bad happens, and religious people have that comfort that it happened for a reason, or death where they think someone's in a better place. Because I don't think that. I think death is pretty final. Well, I also don't really think it's bad either, because I think it's just like before you were born. So I'm jealous of that. I'm jealous of the thought that there's stuff after this, and there's bliss, eternal bliss. I'm jealous of that.
Mhm.
I'm jealous of making reason out of terrible things, and I'm jealous of weaponized shame that you get to use if you're religious. Like if you say God would be disappointed, or
Yeah.
God, that's a good one, man.
That is
I wish I
pretty good.
had that in the
Yeah.
back
If you had some higher power you could rely on
pocket.
to instill such shame.
Or if I said you're not getting into heaven, that's a good one. You can still use that though. If the person believes in God,
You
I
can
don't
fuck
need to
with
believe
that.
in God. Yeah.
You
I
say,
say
like,
you're not getting into heaven, bro. You're
Yeah.
not sitting with me and the Father.
That's pretty hard. That is pretty hard. Oh my goodness. It gives them purpose, also an answer for everything they don't understand. Holly said. Did that? I feel like, well, you have your own comforting thoughts there. That I mean, and I've always thought this too. It's like, well, death can't really be bad. It's like you didn't mind not being born. So
Yeah,
you wouldn't
exactly.
really mind,
Yeah, I would
But,
hate dying though.
I would hate
think
dying
dying's
too.
not- I feel like the process probably sucks. Like there's probably 4 seconds where it sucks.
4 seconds of dying natural
Yeah,
death.
yeah. When you know you're dying and
Like,
you're right there.
What's going through your head? You're like, oh fuck, I'm dying, dude. Fuck.
I say things happen for a reason. I'm not religious, just on antidepressants.
Also, welcome Nightwing. Thank you for coming through, Legend. Nightwing, nice catch, and Ash. If you guys have any toxic, manipulative argument tactics, please drop them in chat. Let us know. We're
Or ones
addressing
that
all
have
of
been
them.
used on you.
Or ones that have been used on you. Yes.
You got to be manipulated a few times in your life, or else you'll never learn how to do it to others.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
I think things happen for a reason, but not because of Jesus. I don't know.
You don't know.
'Cause I don't know
You're a
what the
Jesus
reason.
fan.
Like, what's the
I'm
reason? You know what I mean? Like, what it?
Yeah. What would be the
what would
reason?
be, like,
then?
you could. I believe in finding like a good optimism out of bad stuff, or like a cool lesson or something that brings people closer together. Well, I don't know if that's the reason it happened. You know. You know, with something like, say, like someone dies suddenly, but then like the community does something very nice for the family. Like,
Yeah.
that's cool, but I don't think that's the reason it happened.
Right. Well, I think that it's like it's sort of like a thing where, like, I don't know, Christians are almost afraid to, like, maybe not just Christian, anyone religious is afraid to find any flaw in God, and they're like having this disconnect in their brain where they think like something bad that happens is like people are gonna like, well, why would God do that? And then they're like,
Yeah.
instead of just saying, well, God didn't do that, or like whatever, I don't know. Instead of
Right,
saying
right,
anything,
right.
they still bring it back to their God. Like
Yeah.
that's how centric they are with their God, and they'll say, well, God did it for a reason.
Yeah.
Because they don't even want to surrender any little bit of power that God has
Right.
over any of us. It is so weird. What a power fantasy. It's so weird.
You know what I wish? I wish things just fell in your lap. I hate the idea that you have to work for stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Can I get a little luckier? For the love of gosh. Nightwing said, don't get me started on my grandmother. Does your grandmother have the toxic gaslighting?
Wait, I gotta read this. What Lee said, the worst ones were when I got accused of cheating so many times. I was like, yo, maybe I did cheat and I don't remember.
Oh my god.
That's a good one to say, so what if I did?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
good. That is a good one. So what if I did?
To be honest, every bad thing that's happened to me has turned into a road where really good things came out of it. Like, yeah, I think adversity is good for a life, but I still wish it never happened.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. Yeah, it's like it could be like stuff that like you lead to having being in a better situation or having a better
Yeah.
life or like giving you a lasting like impression or insight that you wouldn't have otherwise. But you're like, you know, maybe your life would just be as blissful without the bad thing. And then also it's like it's not like
Because most people who live great lives haven't really been through much.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. And that's what it's kind of like. It's almost like there are people that are maybe a little more naive or like just really haven't had to, you know, maybe not even naive, but like they just haven't had to face that much hardship and they have a great life. And it's like, yeah, it's like good for them, you
Yeah.
know? It's like, well, they lucked out. And that's like, it's almost like the capitalism, like, oh, it could be me one day.
Yeah,
It could be,
yeah,
like, I could have a good fucking year and I could be I could be as good as that. Like, oh my gosh.
Dang, we talk about your grandma. The CC deaths of innocent people, I think, has no reason. It is a horrible thing that happens. Well, we're cool on that.
So your grandma is super religious, Nightwing? Yeah, we need to hear about this.
Oh, he would have. All right, Lee, way to bring down the night.
Oh my god.
I think he would have hit me.
Oh my goodness.
No, just kidding. That's scary.
Oh my. Lee with the huge LOL.
I would have Justin if I didn't. You see, and this brings me to my next point. Because I was gonna say, I think you and Justin would have found each other in any life.
Yeah.
I don't really believe that. I think he's probably right. But what do you think's the hardest parting words? Like where you just end on a fucking bar. Like if you said maybe in another life it would have worked out. That's hard, right?
Yeah.
That sends chills up your spine.
Yeah.
Or maybe when we're 50.
Yeah.
That's hard. What's a good one? Because you got to make it seem tragic. You can't end on good terms with optimism.
Right.
It has to be.
Yeah.
You have to feel like you're in a movie.
You have to say something like maybe well, now you know for the next person. Something like that.
That's good.
That'd be good. Yeah. Like there's no shot. There's no more shots here.
I'll never pretend we didn't happen.
That's good. That's good.
And then immediately you archive every pic. Lee, why would you bring this up in front of people? I did have a small dip. Okay, that's about someone else.
Oh my gosh.
My grandmother asked my mom one time if she was practicing the dark arts. That's what grandmas go to when you just don't go to church.
Harry
They think
Potter.
it means you're doing dark arts.
Yeah. Are you doing dark arts?
You know what else?
Witchcraft.
You know what else I'm jealous of with religious people?
What?
You know what I'm jealous of with religious people?
What?
They have like events, you know? They do stuff.
What? Where did you
What are you
just
talking
want
about?
to have church?
Yeah.
You want to go to church?
Let's start going to church.
Let's go to church.
Let's do it. Do you know a church around here?
Yeah, there are a couple.
Yeah.
There's a couple I see. I mean, you never know. I mean, churches look just like dirty old buildings now. You know.
Yeah.
You just assume they're all churches. It's
We
like a
go to-
Steve Brule thing. He was in an observatory one time, and he's like, "What are you gonna do with this dirty old church?"
I went to a church garage sale once and I bought a bunch of coasters. Well, that was pretty cool.
There you go.
And a water bottle, a used water bottle. How do you feel about that? A used
Uh,
water bottle. It was cool. It was nice though. It was like pink.
Ew. Did it have like the nozzle that you pull out?
Yeah.
Oh, was it like
Well,
bit
I
up?
watched it though. What do you mean?
It's gotta have teeth marks on it.
Yeah, it did.
Oh. Oh, there you go. CC says learn a card game and then you could play you could go to like tournament church.
I'd rather go to church.
I'd rather go to church. You don't have to learn a card game. You just
Yeah.
get a little you get a little you get a cracker and a little sip of juice and then you get coffee and hang out
Yeah.
for after it.
You ever been to a munch?
A munch?
A munch is where like a bunch of people with similar sexual desires meet and have dinner and just get to know each other.
Oh, I thought it was a person Ice Spice didn't like.
Oh, yeah, that too. I signed up for a munch once a while back,
Uh-huh.
and then they sent me the place, and it was a diner, and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to this.
Wait. It was so is it just between two people or there's a ton of
No,
people?
it's like a ton of people. Yeah,
Okay.
it'd be cool if it was between two people. And you just
Yeah.
get sent a destination.
Yeah.
You two are meeting at the diner.
Dang.
Um,
Catholic Church is so creepy. Dude, but here's the thing about
chat completely ignoring the munch.
yeah, they're ignoring the munch.
Pretending-
Dude, like I have to say though that the Catholic Church, like if you read the rite of the mass, dude, some of that shit is so hard. Like when they like are doing a funeral mass and they say stuff like God welcome them into the light of your face. Like doesn't that just give you goosebumps, you
That's
know,
very
that they
good.
like
Yeah.
worship this guy like
Yeah.
that, you know what I mean? Welcome them into the light of
Yeah.
your face.
That's
if
hard.
someone said that about you, I would float away. I can't imagine ever like just some of these bars, man,
Yeah.
is crazy.
So we gotta go to church to learn some more manipulative tactics.
They do have the manipulative
They're so
tactics.
good at
Yes,
manipulating,
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
You know when they pass
Oh
that
my
hat
God.
around
Pass the hat around?
to put dollar bills in?
Oh yeah,
I guess it's
yeah.
not a hat.
Yeah, I get it. Ollie says it's fantastic writing. It's fantastic writing.
You lose the room if you don't put money in too.
That's
Like,
it. You
look
lose the
stupid,
room.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it. That's just a. Come on. Catholicism goes off though. The aesthetic. The aesthetic is it's fire.
It might just be fire.
It's just fire.
Have they ever done anything bad?
Ugh.
I can't think of anything.
What?
Nothing comes to mind.
I think the Catholic Church is so gross. I guess despise would be the word. Yeah.
It's despised because
despicable.
you are disillusioned.
I like.
You went rogue.
I did go rogue.
Yeah. You want
It
to tell
was
that story?
I guess
Because you
yeah.
grew up in the church.
I did grow up in the church, and I do really still feel like I owe the church something for getting my life, to where it went. But the art goes crazy. Maybe because all the artists had to paint it or they get stoned. That's the motivation, dude. They were hungrier than anybody, dude. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I went rogue from the church. But well, it's a very really complex story. I don't know if I want to.
You don't have to say anything you don't want to.
I did grow up in the church though, because the whole thing was that I had a pretty terrible situation at home with my abusive and nasty father, and so then we went to, there was church really close, and other kids went to church, people went to church, and then I started volunteering and doing work at the church, and so it wasn't volunteer work, they paid me for it, so it was I had a job as a groundskeeper, dude, and they always whenever I worked they bought me lunch and whatever, so it's they really took care of me, and the priest that was there was a huge father figure for me.
Mm-hmm.
So is I really had a spot in my heart for the church and all the people that were there, but the Catholic Church themselves, like that's the thing, is that, you get like people that are like good people, and like there isn't, I think that Christianity itself like has good messages and stuff.
So do I.
It's
I
like
really
there
do.
are really positive good
Yeah.
messages and stuff, and there are people that lose the plot, and I feel like there are like crazy Catholic people. I feel like Protestants like are more so in this camp where people like read the Bible literally, but I only say that about Protestants because there's more of the people that have like the like the big like weird church cult meetings and stuff. So they like take the Bible literally, like everything. It's like the Bible's not a science book, dude. You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah,
like it's it's the Bible. It's a storybook. It's a freaking storybook meant to teach you some lessons that if you really took it at face value, I mean, some of the stuff there is crazy. But like if you just tried to take the good out of it, you could find some things that would impact your life. But yeah, like I don't know, like weird stuff about saying like if you steal something they cut off your hand and whatever. It's like, well, that's not real. You know what I mean? We don't have to make we don't have to make a science project out of it. Thank you, Ollie. It's a book of a lot of metaphors. It is. And then like, well, so the thing that really made me like, well, I don't know.
You don't have to get into it.
Well, there is a thing about this, the guy that I would say was like a father figure for me. Then he had like sexual abuse allegations, right? And I've known this guy all my life. Never ever been weird with me. He was like the nicest dude in the world to me and whatever. And like the what do you call it? He, like I said, bought like lunch for me, and not just me. It was like my family members. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like my sister, my mom, like gave a lot of stuff. Like they got a like the TV that used to be downstairs, that was from like them, like him, like gave us that TV. Like that's how good of a guy he was. And then they had this whole like, it was like one allegation or whatever, and it was when this stuff was like getting pretty hot and whatever, and it was like there wasn't even like an investigation or anything. The church just sort of like cut him off and like put him in they put him in basically like an insane asylum thing, like a mental hospital.
Holy
and
shit!
they like
really?
locked him in there, and they wouldn't let him out.
They pushed for that. It wasn't.
They like
the
just
state
threw him
or-
in there. Yeah, it was the church themselves like put him in there, and then it was almost like they had like surrendered to being like, okay, we got to like cut this dude out
Yeah.
of the church.
So it never saw its judicial end.
It never
was just...
saw its judicial end, and it wasn't like I mean, the thing is that they did the investigation or whatever, and it's like nothing ever. You know what I mean? Where's the?
Nothing
You know what I mean? He didn't
materialized.
have to go to jail, like
Yeah.
nothing, but his reputation like was ruined because it's like nobody's gonna.
Well, they also sent him to an asylum.
They sent him to an asylum too. Like they ruined his life for like months, years, the rest of his life. Like, dude, it was so fricked up. So, the investigation, whatever, nothing materializes. He doesn't go to jail. Like, you know what I mean? It's not even one of those things where it's like, oh, well, it happened so long ago. The dude's like not that old. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it's not like if there was really like the fire with the smoke, dude, the guy would have been burned.
Yeah.
It's not like so it's like he had to like leave the state and like just start a new life, like left the priesthood and
Right.
whatever. And it's like, you know what I mean? It's like for people that like that was really a moment for me where I was like, dude, I hate like
How there was
wow.
no, it was just the power of the institution, right?
Yeah.
How it just made the decision and then
Right, made the decision. It was like no hearing, whatever, because that's what you're saying. It's like there's no judicial process. It's like it's almost like when people talked about like the FIFA courts or whatever for the World Cup, where they're like making all these labor law exemptions where they're like killing people and stuff. It's like it's almost like they like put him in church court and then they just made a verdict and then sent him away.
Yeah.
And like locked it. It was like it's insane.
Yeah.
It was nuts, dude. They put him in
shouldn't
a
have that
mental
much
hospital
power,
in Pennsylvania, dude.
Damn.
For a while. Yeah.
Well, that's kind of nice though. You don't have to pay rent. When
That
you're in
is
one of
not-
those places. Yeah.
But it was really sad. I mean, they like took away his dogs. Like he had 2 dogs. He had to like give them away.
Aw.
And like, yeah.
I do this thing where I try to make light of stuff, and then you brought up his dogs, and
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. Yeah, it was just so foul, and I'm like, this is what the church is. You know what I mean? And it's like, I think that there are a lot of nasty people in the church too. I'm not saying, oh well, it's like the big church. I'm not like, oh well, if the pope or the archbishop or something were a nicer guy, then all these nice priests. It's like, no, there are plenty of other shitty priests. This was like one good priest. I know
feel
a few
like-
good priests, but like, you know,
I feel like I'm gonna tread the line here. I feel like the believe the victim mentality. I feel like people lose the plot in that it is meant as a starting point.
right?
Like start with the belief that something did happen, but you still should be vigilant about wanting to see it to its end point. You know?
Right.
Like there should
Right.
still be like a fair
This is a process, like
process. Yeah.
yeah. Everyone should be deserve that.
But that was around when the movie Spotlight came out.
it was.
So it was probably shit was probably
Dude,
hot.
it
The
was.
block was
it
too
was
hot.
the block
Yeah.
was so hot, man.
Yeah.
That was it. It is true. The block was way too hot.
Yeah.
And like,
Um,
yeah, but I used to like, so yeah, I was working at the church. I was like at the church a lot. I would like every weekend I was always there. I would like work, get some money doing the groundskeeping stuff. And then like I did like the masses and whatever. I was like the MC at all the masses or whatever, sort of just like the altar server, whatever, altar boy. And like, yeah, I was like really involved. Like I did do like masses with like the Archbishop of New York, the cardinals and stuff. Like
Yeah.
like saw Pope Benedict, like whatever. Like I was really involved. It did cross my mind to become a priest too, but after that, no shot. But it almost did because it was like
How do you do that? Is it a lot of grinding?
a priest.
Yeah.
I think like you can like go there whenever you want. Like as an adult, and they just like I think it is just like grinding like scripture and maybe like public speaking and stuff.
You
They
get
have
bread,
like
though?
a school. I don't know if you get bread like that, but
What if you network
they-
yourself as a priest?
well, here's the thing: it's like, well, they call it the seminary is the school,
Okay.
and you get to go there and you get to like live there. So the priests aren't getting too much bread, but a lot of the stuff that they get is like pay, like they don't get to pay for the whole like they live in the rectory a lot or whatever, or wherever they go, or so you don't really have to pay for like a house or whatever, or like living. It ends up being pretty sweet, but it's like, I don't know. I really liked the idea of being a priest when I was a kid because I was like, oh, you get to be this person that like, like when I was growing up, it's like I had like a hard time at home and it was hard to find like
You'd be a safe
like
space for
a
people.
spa-
Yeah.
it's like you have like an even bigger family that wasn't
Mhm.
necessarily the one you were born into, and you get to have so many friends and family. It's like this big extension. There's basically no limit to the people that you can like, you know what I mean, like have a positive influence on. I mean, or just like a bigger one.
Your sermons would have went crazy too.
Hell yeah.
You know what though? I'm glad because I like evil bottle.
Oh my god.
You know what I like
Evil
though
bottom.
about Christianity? I do like the forgiveness stuff. I think that's really good.
Yeah.
I wish more people took that because my thing is about I really believe in like forgiveness and second chances and stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't really know that even Christians really preach it that well, but the fundamental teaching I really like. I think they got that one right. Because I don't think anyone challenges themselves to be forgiving. So what
It's
I'm
true.
saying is
It's absolutely
we should
true.
mandate Christianity.
We all have to be
Everyone.
Christian.
Yeah.
Stacey doesn't believe in forgiveness. Oh my gosh. There's a Netflix doc on something. Oh, what is it? For me, I grew up having to forgive everyone with the church, so I found power in not forgiving after I got older, Lee says. But the
Yeah.
forgiveness is good.
But I think forgiveness is for you. It's
Yeah.
not about absolving people.
Right.
It's for you.
Forgiving
Yeah.
yourself something.
Nah.
Nah. Great argument ender.
See?
That is a
He's so toxic.
that's a haymaker, yeah. It's for you. They want you to forgive everyone. And I think that
But I think that's good. I do think that's good. I don't think you should forgive everyone. I think you should challenge yourself to try to forgive as much as you can.
Right.
That's what I think.
Yeah.
And I think you can have your lines. But I think
Right.
we have such a bloodlust society now where no one forgives anyone for anything. It's
Right.
very bad. And it's poisonous for everyone.
Yeah. But
But as a man, you should do that.
At least that some people deserve death. I don't like that.
I mean,
As a living being, don't you feel bad? Like how does it feel? It feels so bad. Like even for me considering the possibility that you have someone else's life in your control. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And to put out someone else's life, and I really don't like. Let me allow this message. I really don't like the whole. Oh crap! I lost my train of thought. The whole death penalty is a deterrent thing because that's their
No, it's
biggest
not.
argument.
It's not.
It doesn't impact crime numbers at all.
No.
It's bullshit.
Yeah. There's overwhelming evidence that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Like
it's
the only argument for the death penalty is that you think some people deserve to die,
right.
which I don't think is a very good
I don't think ever.
argument for a state law.
Right.
That you think some, like, you can have it in your heart that some crimes are unforgivable and you don't think people can change it. You deserve death, but to me it's insane that would ever be institutionalized,
Right.
like a death penalty.
That's the thing. It's like, how can,
Especially because even if there's a 0.5% of a chance that you're wrong and
Yeah.
that this person actually was innocent,
Right.
you can't reverse death.
exactly. It's not like you can't, like, I don't think anybody has the right to be judge, jury, execute on a person's life. You can't put a person's life to a person's life. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? That's
exactly,
then
yeah.
what are we at? We're at eye for an eye. We're at the
Yeah.
hand coming off when you steal. You know what I mean? We're back. Like, the whole point of it is to have like a real life correlation to what this is, and maybe that seems a little morbid to you, but the whole thing is that people deserve chances to be good
Yeah.
people.
I can accept that I want someone to die. I do it all the time with James Corden.
Yeah,
I want him to die.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
I would never say the state should kill James Corden.
right. I don't want anybody to kill James Corden.
If
Oh.
a politician ran on killing James Corden, I'm not saying I wouldn't vote for him. I would be torn, yes.
Oh my gosh.
No, I agree. I think it's okay to have it in your heart. I still think you should try not to, though. Because I think it's poisoning yourself.
It is. It's no one does. Hate never brought anyone anything
Yeah.
good ever. You don't need it. You don't need it.
Nah.
Nick hates everything. What do you mean? Well, he doesn't hate people like that. He doesn't have this hate.
I fundamentally don't hate people. I think I get a very bad reputation for being a hater.
Well, you are a pretty huge hater
but
on
none of my
the
hate-
works of people.
No, none
but
of
you're
my
not-
hate is hateful, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's not. Well, that's the thing that people take hate too seriously. It's just criticism.
Yeah.
It's not yeah. That's it. Hater doesn't mean you're a hater.
Hateful.
Hater doesn't mean you're a person who's hating something.
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing is you can't even say that because hating means criticizing, now, right? Like, so it's like, yeah, that's basically it. It's because you're a New Yorker. Is that it? But yeah, the definition of hater has sort of grown into
Right.
critic or
Right,
overly critical. But being overly critical is sort of like a weird. That's one that I would argue against moving the goalpost because that's the whole point of critiquing something is to thoroughly critique it. So
Yeah.
if you're moving the goalpost, if you call a critic too much of a, when someone says overly critical, it's like, well, when is the job done? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
ignore a flaw.
Yeah,
And have you assessed it?
I don't like this idea that we just need to uncritically like stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't like
that's
consensus opinions about stuff.
that is dummy. That is so dumb. That is so dumb to say like oh, can't you just let people like stuff, or like, can't we just like, it's not that serious, whatever. It's like I get with you sometimes. I think about this on the Toy Story thing where you like break it down and say it's a shitty movie, and it's like, it's okay. Like, this is good stuff to analyze about Toy Story. I haven't seen Toy Story in years. I don't remember
Yeah.
a thing about the movie, so I can't really contribute. That's one where I genuinely am like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have it in me for the critique to,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
critique is just lost on me because I don't know.
Yeah.
The Toy Story. I'm not talking, I don't know the Toy Story.
I think it's just Toy Story.
It's just
That's
Toy
how
Story.
much how that's how little you could contribute to this convo. You don't even know the title of the movie.
It's just Toy Story.
Yeah.
The Toy Story. No, I know it's just Toy Story. The Toy Story is just what I call the movie.
Lee, what do you mean I need to be more manipulative? Yeah, maybe I would have won that argument if I was more
I
manipulative.
think she's saying that you shoot your wad too fast. And also you just go in guns blazing in arguments.
Yeah.
So
But I think if someone hating on something you like upsets you, that's an issue with you. It's not an issue with me. You know? Like, there's people who get really offended if you don't like the stuff that they like. And that is horrible. It is so anti-thought. You know what I mean? And I was thinking this when the Oscars come up. The way people treat art now, like it's sport, where a good movie comes out and you immediately start talking about its fucking Oscar nods, or odds, and it's like if this this is snubbed. I can't believe this didn't win an Oscar.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you give a shit? What the fuck? You couldn't enjoy it as something that meant something to you.
Right.
Like it has to win an award.
Yeah.
A bunch of millionaires have to jerk their cocks and flick their bean in a big auditorium for it to count. Like art is not like we talk about sports about. I think they have a chance to win because that's the point of a sport. That's not the point of art. Stop talking about the Oscars so goddamn much.
Right.
Like I joked around last year with wanting Elvis to win, but that was just because I was kind of gay for Austin Butler. I didn't think it was an actual like.
Oh my god.
I didn't think it said anything about the state of movies if Austin Butler didn't win.
Yeah.
When people just start talking about fucking Oscars. I think the Oscars have a useful purpose in that they expose me to movies I wouldn't have otherwise known about. Yeah. But I don't then need to retroactively be mad that they didn't win an Oscar. You know what I mean?
It's just like it's hard to say because it's like the Oscars are not the be all end all. Like you said, they show you this movie you wouldn't see before, nothing. But it's like it's all a bunch of just like you said, it's a circle jerk. It's a jerk off where rich people are just picking their favorite movies. Yeah. That's it. Because there are movies that either they don't want to show or they just haven't seen also. Yeah. You know what I mean? So it's like you don't have to have the taste that these weird judges have. It's stupid.
And look what it does to people. Look what it does to creative people. Look, who the fuck is Bradley Cooper anymore?
Yeah.
I mean, that guy's dead inside because he's so badly twerking to get an Oscar.
Yeah.
You think about Lady Gaga. I mean, good lord. What happened to Lady Gaga?
Bradley Cooper, dude, he's good. He did the freaking the Rocket Raccoon too. That was good.
No, that
good. Was good.
He's good. But I don't like his game.
I don't like his game. Yeah.
He's putting up 30 a night, but I don't like his game.
He's not a true artist anymore. Dude, and I also agree with Cecilia. Sometimes there are wrong opinions. Sometimes there's stuff that's just wrong. It's not like and here's the way that we spin the argument on this is that if you like Nick is saying, if you get offended by someone saying something that you like is not good, you don't get offended because that has nothing to do with you.
Defend it.
Just defend it.
Yeah.
And also, you can pressure them toxically by lowering your opinion of them for having such a stupid opinion. That's the stance you can take. If you want to go the toxic route, that's what you have to say basically you're an idiot for thinking that. Like
I like cuz I like when I am wrong about something and I see it through how they processed it. And then I'm like, you know what? That's pretty good. I think I respect this more now.
Yeah.
Like I didn't like the Purge movies on first watch. And then I read an essay how they're very reminiscent of throwback exploitation films and how it's about the Purge movies are essentially, aside from the first one, which is legitimately bad, but the other Purge movies are essentially about how what white people think of as the Purge is how poor people kind of already live in America, where you can do stuff to them and there's no one to defend you and stuff, and then it's like then everyone has to live that for a night and see. So that was kind of interesting to me, and it was an aspect I hadn't thought about. It made me like those movies more. But like if you said what's a great album that you like,
Great album.
or a movie? Like this guy in a chat once said, Hereditary was shock horror, and that's why he didn't like it. I don't know what the fuck that means. I don't think you have to like Hereditary. I don't think you have to like anything. But if you say something that doesn't make any goddamn like shock horror, why would it be bad that a movie subverted your expectations and surprised
when it's not
you?
what you expected.
What is inherently negative about that whatsoever? This movie didn't go by the playbook. I hated it. Like what the?
When I walked in, I knew how Hereditary was gonna go. They did it wrong. They did it wrong. What the heck? What a jackass.
And there's stuff I like that I won't defend. Like there's movies that everyone else thinks of average that I really like, but I won't defend them. Like Speed Racer. I really like that movie. To me that movie's a 10 out of 10. Yeah. But if someone doesn't like it, I'm like, it's not really a movie I'll die on the hill of.
Dude, Night at the Roxbury. Love it.
Well, you should defend that movie.
I should. That's a fantastic. That's a special flick. That is a special.
And you are stupid if you don't get that.
You are pretty dumb. I'm sorry.
No, there was a time, Lee, where I would have defended Kanye like this. Now I can't.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Man.
So fuck the Oscars.
Fuck the Oscars.
My God.
Do they show those on Sunday?
People call performance brave?
Oh, yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about, brave? It was one of the bravest performances.
What do you mean?
He's a rich dork. Like, what do you mean brave?
What, he overcame stage fright?
And you know what? There's going around now how Hugh Jackman is getting jacked again. Hugh Jackman is turning into a jacked man again because he's gonna play Wolverine for the 28th fucking time. And people go, this man, he just wants to do artsy stuff, but we keep putting him in Wolverine. It's like he's doing that. He's the one who keeps coming back.
Nobody's Hugh Jackman chained up.
No one's trafficking Hugh Jackman to the Deadpool set. That's because Hugh Jackman cares about money more than he cares about making anything interesting. Like it's the character flaw in Hugh Jackman. Be mad at him for that.
Yeah, exactly.
He's very mentally ill. Hugh Jackman, right?
Hell yeah, CC. It is sad. It is just like a sad thing with Kanye. It is.
It's sad.
It is sad.
It's sad, and Hugh's a theater kid forced to be born. But I don't get it.
Where is the force?
How is he being forced into doing this stuff?
Yeah, if he's also, or I don't know, man. I don't need to say anything more. Nick argued it.
We covered everything.
Yeah,
covered the entertainment industry, religion.
Yeah,
we covered religion.
Everything. Yeah. Lee said, "Isn't it for his kid or something?" Yeah, it's for his livelihood, so he can put his food on the table.
Yeah.
You can extend that to everything, I guess.
His kid's fine.
The Lee argument.
Yeah, that's manipulative.
That is manipulative. When do they show the Oscars?
March.
It's on a Sunday, right?
Oh, we'll be.
I'll tell you what.
Our episode's gonna line up with the Oscars.
We're doing NickyBato through the Oscars, baby. So
we can watch the Oscars while we do it.
Yeah,
if you want to.
We can.
Fuck that.
Fuck that. Hell yeah. So.
Hugh Jackman's ass. Yes, you would, Dill.
Yup. So yeah, NickyBato instead of the Oscars. NickyBato live.
Yeah.
I'll see y'all there. That's NickyBato this week.
And actually, next week we're gonna do daytime NickyBato.
That's it.
Because the 49ers play at night, and I'm not missing that.
Correct.
So next week we're gonna do like 2 to 4, 4 to 6.
Whatever you like.
Yeah.
Whenever we find out the game time, whatever.
2's a little early.
It's up to Nick.
I don't want to wake up before 2.
Okay.